Hello, and welcome back to the second episode of Pokemon Shield Let's Play Playthrough Let's Game. We are doing an ice-only playthrough, and we finally caught our first ice Pokemon, which I'm very happy about. There's a super cool Gyarados just swimming through the water over there. Hey! Get your ass over here, Gyarados.
We never get to catch the Gyarados, so we end up running away. If you remember last part, Sonia at some point gave us a Pokemon box link which would allow us to place Pokemon in our boxes from our inventory. But I clearly found the box link and it says that you can't access your boxes from your bag. Eventually, I go back to my Pokemon and I somehow don't see the big button that says R to boxes. We end up finding it and I make Remy and Oopsie the guardians of box 1. When looking for the Pokemon box link, I end up finding the Pokemon camp button and it really intrigued me, so I clicked it. We start camping and we get this lovely picture of two Pokemon. Wait, that's the two I just benched. Are you trying to rub it in, Pokemon? We start waggling this thing at our Snover, but it doesn't really seem amused. I personally wouldn't be amused either. I think we're about to get our ass kicked. As expected, it didn't really turn out well, and it just beat the shit out of us. We tried the alternative, throwing a ball, but not impressed. Now this is the craziest thing I've seen in a long time. There is actual cooking mama in Pokemon. There's a main ingredient, there's berries. I mean, you'll see in just a second, you even add a bit of love, and I mean, there's just nothing more cooking mama than that. We start cooking, and I have 2 orange berries and 1 cherry berry. There they go. So you start by fanning the flames a bunch. Eventually, you get to the stirring, and if you stir too slow, it burns, but if you stir too fast, it spills. Be careful.
I'm just as bad at this as I am in real life.
Eventually, you put the heart in, as I was saying, very cooking mama-like, and you're done. It looks like we made ourselves some spicy curry.
Oh. Can my Pokemon not take a bite? It doesn't have a mouth. New spicy curry. Taste rating Wobbuffet class. Is that good?
No, I just looked it up. Wobbuffet is the second worst. There's only 5 tiers. We leave, and it actually gives experience points. Look. We go back to the tall grass we found our Snover in last episode, and we find this little bear. Very unexpectedly, this little bear kills us in 1 hit, which is where I come up with this new rule. It only matters if my Pokemon die in quote-unquote important fights lore-wise, so not wild Pokemon or boring trainers. While trying to look at this new feature, we find an old note. Cooking can restore HP at your camp. I know, we've already done that, we're explorers. Here's the new feature, you can shake berry trees to get berries. Crazy, right? But if you're greedy and shake the tree too much, there might be a squirrel that falls onto you.
Oh. A squirrel berry.
Nope, that's a Pokemon. As always, we kill it. Next, we find this guy. He sells a bunch of ingredients that you can use while cooking at your camp, like bread, pasta, fried food, sausages, and a tin of beans. And we don't buy any of that shit. We kill a Lotad, and we see this little sparkle on the floor. There are items that you can pick up. This one's a small mushroom.
That's the beware that beat my ass. Oh, he's also ice. This guy's ice, right? Snowrunt. Don't crit. You had to crit, man. What are the odds of that critting? I hope this guy isn't rare.
We kill a different kind of squirrel.
Easy catch. We caught Snowrunt.
Snorunt, Snow Hat Pokemon.
It can only survive in cold areas. It bounces happily around, even in environments as cold as minus 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, we're gonna call this one Topper. Because for some reason it reminds me of a tree topper.
I completely forgot when we caught them, but I really wanted to check the natures of our 2 caught Pokemon. They're both pretty bad, but we don't care. We love every Pokemon we catch. We eliminate this endangered species of panda, and here's our daily quote of Magikarp farming.
Blip, blip, blip.
After that magnificent Krabby impression, we find our 3rd ice Pokemon. We enter battle with the pigeon. It throws us a present and heals me, so initially I'm very confused. I think this Pokemon only heals.
Does this always heal or is it random? Ow, ow, ow. Oh no.
Then we start using our healing items. We get punched again and we use our energy root. After all this, we still don't even get 1 shake. We throw out our Topper for no reason. I just decided to send him on a death mission and eventually he dies. Scared, my only option was another Pokeball, which also failed. We get another chance at throwing a Pokeball. Do I really have to tell you how this went? You know how this went. After taking that hard L, I decided we could afford to keep playing with these 2 Pokemon because this is just the start. Nothing significant has happened. We're pretty much setting up for the adventure at this point still, so I decided to keep these Pokemon. Just to be on the safe side, we go to the Pokemon store, buy some Pokeballs as well as some potions. We head back out, obviously. This Fisher lady wants to sell us her brilliant find for 100 watts. We're very naive and we're gonna say yes. It was actually a good deal. We got a Pearl String out of the deal. And guess what? Just 1 second later, across the bridge, we find the same lady that wants to sell us the same thing for 100 watts again. It was a good deal, so let's do it again. Time for revenge. Let's try again. Never mind. We're clearly too weak, so we decide to run. And we take our frustration out on the random squirrel. It also gives us experience, makes us stronger, maybe eventually we'll be able to catch the pigeon. Intrigued by these beams of light, I decide to go and check one out.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
After that massive mistake, we wake up from the darkness and we face a giant... Togepi? I thought it was Clefairy. Anyway, we turn our Snover gigantic and we beat this egg's ass. Merry Christmas. I don't know who hired Michael Bay just to make some scrambled eggs. Also, this is just to show you how you catch them. It's not a guaranteed catch, but I feel like you've seen enough shaken balls today. And here's the average loot you can get. They even gave us the berries to go with the egg. I didn't realize how annoying I was gonna be, but apparently when I recorded this as well, I was thinking about egg puns, so I'm calling this one Susan, because Susan Boyle. Boiled egg. Hilarious.
I'm sorry. We're not gonna use Togepi anyways.
Looking at our type matchups, one of the weakest points for our team would be fighting type. How do we counter fighting type? With flying. Who is a flying ice type Pokemon? It's Delibird. Now, Delibird's the Pokemon that kicked our ass earlier, so we decided to train up both Sprucey and Topper to eventually catch a Delibird. After the hard day of training, we decided to take a break and go set up a camp somewhere. We played for a bit, put some ingredients together, fanned the flames, stirred the pot, put some love into it, and voila, as they say in France. We made some bean medley curry, and we all seemed to enjoy it. Military class, not great. It's time for the big rematch.
I'm actually shaking as much as Topper is.
We poked the Delibird with a bunch of Astonish attacks. They really don't do much damage, but it's all we've got. Delibird being weakened, we swap into Sprucey to finish the job. Despite this stupid bird getting these crits, we get it low enough to throw a Pokeball at it. No luck. After a bunch of healing and throwing Pokeballs, I somehow decide that throwing an Ice Shard out would be a good idea. We kill it. After a very long, literally 10 minutes, fight with this Delibird, we end up finally catching one. Maybe there's some kind of secret passive that makes Delibird very hard to catch. Anyways, Delibird, delivery Pokemon. It has a generous habit of sharing its food with people and Pokemon. It's always scrounging around for more food.
I don't know. I didn't know what to think, guys. I'm calling it Shanta because it's Santa and it likes to share apparently.
The name's awful, I agree. Whatever, here's its nature.
Pokemon is full of vitality and that prevents it from falling asleep. This Pokemon never sleeps. This Pokemon, if you have it outside of its Pokeball and you're going to bed, it just stares at you the entire night because it doesn't sleep. Its nature prevents it from sleeping. I'm pretty happy with 3 Pokemon. What is this? Okay, I lied. I'm not happy with 3 Pokemon. This has to be an ice type. Vanillite. It has to be. Look, it's a little ice cream.
It is indeed. And first Pokeball we throw, we catch it. Vanillite, the fresh snow Pokemon. Supposedly, this Pokemon was born from an icicle. It spews out freezing air at minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit to make itself more comfortable.
Maybe Poppy? Is it a male? No, it's a female. Poppy. As in, like, it's a popsicle.
Once again, a very original name. Great job.
Stop. Stop running after me.
Oh yeah, here's Vanillite's nature. It sucks. And that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I know, it's very short. Also, not that much happened, but it's because I spent about 2 hours in this zone. It's actually massive. So, this entire episode was here, but next episode, there's going to be content again. You know, Hop. You love Hop. Leon. You love Sonia. Dude, there's going to be so much stuff. You're going to be overwhelmed. Alright? So, thank you very much for watching this one, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.